How are you? Thank you for joining Shirley, the Shabbat fairy. I am going to tell you the story of Passover. Now you're probably wondering, where are my wings? Well, guess what? I'm grounded. I'm not flying. Kind of like you have to stay home, I have to stay down here on the ground. So I'm going to tell you the story of Passover. But what I'm going to do is not sing every single song that preschool would sing. I've made a video that sings the top 6 songs of the preschool Seder. So I will sing maybe a line of each song, and then if you want more of the words, you can go back to that other video. All right? All right, well, let's get started. Are you ready? All right, get comfortable, move a little closer to the screen, and let's hear one of the greatest stories ever told, the story of Passover. So long ago, there was a cruel man, a king that ruled over the land of Egypt, and his name was, do you know? Pharaoh. He wasn't nice. Do you see all the Jewish people down here? Do they look happy? They have sad faces because they were slaves. Pharaoh kept the Jewish people slaves. He made them work all the time. He made them work during the day, during the night. And here's a song that we sing. And it goes like this. Bang, 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 hold your hammer low. Bang, 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 give a heavy blow. For it's work, 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 every day and every night. For it's work, 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 when it's dark and when it's light. So Pharaoh kept the Jewish people slaves. The Jewish people could build his pyramids. He could build his palaces and his roads. And they were very sad and had to work all the time when they were sick and when they were hungry. One mother named Yocheved and her daughter Miriam were afraid for their little son and brother. So they put the little baby in a basket, covered him up. And by the way, I would like to show you who is playing Moses today, last minute. I would like to welcome... Who's that? That's E.T. Say hi, E.T. He's Moses today. All right, so we'll keep him covered. So once again, Yocheved was the baby's mother. There was Miriam, and they were scared for their little baby. So they wrapped him up, brought him down to the river Nile, and set him in the basket to go on the river, trying and hoping that he would be saved from the mean Pharaoh. And there's a little song that we sing. Where, oh, where is baby Moses, Moses? Where, oh, where is baby Moses? He's in the river Nile. Now, as they put him in the basket, they watched and hoping that somebody would find the baby. And sure enough, the Pharaoh's daughter came down to swim. Oh, he's so cute! And she decided that she wanted to take him home to the palace. So Miriam and Yocheved were so excited, and they asked, Princess, could we go with you to the palace and help you take care of the baby? And the princess said, sure, I'm gonna make this cutie pie Moses. Nice Moses. Moses means out, brought out of the water. So Yocheved and Miriam followed the princess to the palace. And as the years went by, Moses grew up. And Yocheved, Moses' mother, took care of him and told him about his Jewish people, the Jewish people. Well, Moses grew up and was very sad, seeing that all of his people were slaves. He became very sad, and he could not bear to watch as the Jewish people worked so hard. So he decided to leave Egypt and go to a faraway land. And he became a shepherd. So you know what, boys and girls, a shepherd is? A shepherd is somebody that takes care of animals. Oh, and he was very kind. He would take care of the goats and maybe the sheep. And, well, you're probably looking like what are these? You know what these are? Yeah, that's right, they're mice. What are these? Squirrels? Well, maybe he didn't take care of the mice and the squirrels, but Shirley left all of her sheep and goats at Beth Israel Preschool. So this is all I had. So he took care of, and we'll use our imagination. We'll say that he took care of the sheep. Okay, it's a mouse. And the goats. It's okay if it's a squirrel. And he watched them, and he took care of them. And then one day, he heard a voice. Moses! He looked to the right. He looked to the left. He looked up. He looked down. And he heard the voice again. Moses! And sure enough, he turned around, and there he saw a burning bush and Moses. And he heard God's voice. And God said to Moses, Moses, go back to Egypt and tell Pharaoh. Do you know what he should tell Pharaoh? What did Moses say to Pharaoh? Let my people go. So Moses traveled back to find Pharaoh. And he came to Pharaoh. And he came, I'm going to put my crown back on. Here we go. So he came to Pharaoh after all of those years being a shepherd. And he said, oh, listen, King Pharaoh. They want to go away, the Jewish people. They work so hard all day. King Pharaoh, what do you say? And boys and girls, you know, what did King Pharaoh say? He said, oh, I'm going to switch hands. He said, no, I will not let them go. No, I will not let them go. So God was angry at Pharaoh, and God sent Pharaoh and all of his people punishments or plagues. And there were 10 of them, 10 of them. And each one that God sent to Pharaoh and his people, Pharaoh said, okay, well, maybe. But then he changed his mind and he said, no, I will not let them go. So Moses said, Pharaoh, will you let the Jewish people go? And Moses said again, now Pharaoh said again, no, I will not let them go. And one of my favorite songs to sing at the Seder is the one about the frogs. That's the second plague or punishment, and it goes like this. One morning when Pharaoh awoke in his bed, there were frogs on his bed and frogs on his head. Frogs on his, you know it, frogs on his nose, frogs on his toes. Oops, Pharaoh fell out. Frogs here, frogs there, frogs are jumping everywhere. All right. Finally, after the 10th plague, Pharaoh couldn't stand it anymore, and he said to Moses, Moses. Whoop, get my frog off my nose. There you go. Moses, go. Take the Jewish people and go. Moses was so excited. He told all of the Jewish people, come, we must go. We must go fast. Hurry up. Take all of the things that you have, put them on your back, and let's go. So Moses started to travel to a big place. And the Jewish people followed him. And there he got to a sea. And all of the Jewish people said, what will we do, Moses? How will we cross the sea? And God said, Moses, raise your staff and the sea will part. And sure enough, a big, strong wind whoops, blew the sea apart. And the Jewish people, do you see? They became happy. No more sad faces, no more slaves. And they went across through the sea. But then Pharaoh decided he wanted the Jewish people back. And he told his soldiers, go get the Jewish people back. Who will build my pyramids, my palace, my roads? Go find the Jewish people. So the Jewish people went across, and there, as the soldiers were about to cross over, once again, Moses raised his staff and the sea closed up. And the Jewish people and Moses were on the other side, their homeland. And there they celebrated, thanking God for all of the wonderful things and the miracles that he did. And this is a song that we sing to thank God. And you know it, it's Dai Dayenu. So here it goes. Let's sing it. There's a frog. Sing it with me. Dayenu, Dai Dayenu, 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 Dai Dayenu, Dai Dayenu, Dai Dayenu, Dayenu, Dayenu. Thank you, boys and girls. Thank you, friends, for listening to the story of Passover. Have a wonderful Passover. Happy Pesach. Goodbye.